To lead in a world that never stops evolving, you need insights from those who are driving change. Welcome to Breakthrough Innovations, where we bring together the top leaders and innovators who are reshaping their industries. I'm JL Heather, the Principal Executive Coach at Center, and in each episode I sit down with game-changing executives who share the strategies, insights, and challenges that fuel their success. In the next 20 minutes, you'll gain practical takeaways to drive your own breakthroughs. So if you're ready to stay ahead, join us here on Breakthrough Innovations. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Breakthrough Innovation. With us today is Jason Almand, the CEO at Dynamic 3D. Jason is a dynamic leader with a passion for problem solving and who has built their career at the intersection of tradition and cutting-edge technology. Whether as the VP of Engineering at SaddleFit, driving advancements in equestrian technology, or through his involvement with Dynamic 3D and SaddleFit, he is committed to creating innovative solutions that enhance user experiences while honoring the rich heritage of the industries he serves. Jason is an empowering leader that delivers results, vision, and quality. Jason, I want to let you know my daughter is crazy about anything related to horses, so the fact that you are working in SaddleFit and in the equestrian world, I might have to give you a chance to talk to her. But that said, I'm still looking forward to talk to you as well. And I think this would be a great conversation. So thanks for your time.
Thank you as well.
Awesome. So to start off, Jason, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got here, where you came from?
Sure. So I started my career, 20-something years ago in the manufacturing space in a completely different industry, but working with manufacturers to solve environmental issues. I spent about 15 years in that space. And I really enjoyed the problem-solving aspect. It really fueled my fire, and it's something I'm very passionate about. My career took a little bit of a detour. I took over a family business and kind of deviated from my career path. When I divested that business, I wanted to kind of get back to my roots and go back to that problem solving and helping manufacturers. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do, but I took a job in the 3D measurement industry until I could kind of figure things out, and learned that I was very passionate about the technology and it's, helping everybody solve problems. And the every day is different. Every customer that you encounter has a different problem and needs a different solution. And I really like the fact that you have to really think about how you're going to solve those challenges for them. And so I fell in love with the industry and worked for a company for a number of years, and then decided, okay, I'm an entrepreneur by heart, and it was time to kind of do it my own way. Nobody was really adopting a very customer-centric business model. They would sell equipment and then right off into the sunset and go sell someone else equipment and leave these manufacturers to kind of figure it out on their own. And that just wasn't acceptable to me. And so I started Dynamic 3D in early 2022, and we adopted a very customer-centric business model. We're one of the only companies in the industry that does it this way, but we provide our clients with 24-hour support Monday through Friday, and really work in partnership with them to help them choose the right equipment, develop the right solutions, and then implement and integrate that technology into their existing workflows. So that's kind of how we started Dynamic 3D.
You're kind of tugging at my heartstrings here, because one of the things that is very meaningful in my work is that customer connection, that human-centered mindset. And, I was going to ask you a little bit about, what your strategies were for transforming, to a recognized name in your industry. But I think I already know from your story, it's that human-centered touch. So I kind of want to switch it up a little bit and ask you, how has your that human-centered, that customer-centric view, how has that thread woven through kind of your experience at Dynamic 3D, and what's your takeaway from that?
Sure. So that's a great question. So what I do when I'm leading my team is we make our decisions based on what's best for our customer. Obviously, we have to be sustainable. We're not making our decisions off of what creates the most profit or the most revenue for us. We feel like if we make our decisions based on what's best for our customer, even if that means recommending that they choose a different solution, maybe somebody else has a better solution that would work better for their application, we feel like that's a more sustainable approach very well for us. And that's just woven into the fiber of Dynamic 3D, and all of our team is on board with that. We see the benefits in doing that. And to our customers, that are in the manufacturing industry, it's like a breath of fresh air, because nobody's really doing that. They just want to sell their their gadget and
Right.
get as much money as they can from that customer, and then leave the customer to figure things out on their own. And we just don't want to do it that way.
No, that's amazing. So what I hear you saying is it's that customer centricity that is kind of the secret sauce to your success. Is that fair?
It really is.
That's
Absolutely.
awesome. That is fantastic. So when you're looking at the industry and the way you're going, how is that going to evolve in the future?
It's sometimes difficult to be completely customer centric, but we're making sure that we put our people in the right locations for our customers, that we have the right products, that our partners, the companies that manufacture the equipment that we sell, we have to make sure that they're on the leading edge of technology and creating the solutions that the market needs, and then bringing that to the customer from more of an educational perspective and helping them understand how technology can solve a lot of their problems. Obviously, that's a challenge sometimes, but we do a very good job of discovery with our customers, going on site, really fully understanding their problems, and then implementing a robust solution for them.
Something else I love in the language you're using, it's a lot of we and team and things like that. And I know we were talking earlier and you've talked about, leading cross-functional teams, especially in niche markets like that saddle fit equestrian market. So what is your approach to fostering a culture of innovation on those teams in industries that are maybe more traditionally hands-on and even resistant to change?
Sure. So we incentivize our employees to think outside of the box. We want everybody to be innovative. There is no bad idea. We do a lot of brainstorming on our teams, and we encourage everyone to share their ideas, try new things. If it doesn't work out, and even if it causes a problem or an issue that we have to overcome, nobody's punished for that. We want people to think outside of the box because that's how we solve problems. Sometimes it can be very challenging, like for saddle fit, we're coming into the equestrian industry where, with saddles, they haven't really changed the engineering of saddles in 150 years. And here
Right.
these guys are coming in and they're doing things with 3D scanning and all this really high-tech stuff that equestrian space doesn't fully understand the technology. And so instead of really trying to explain, how the technology works and all the kind of ins and outs of it, we really focus more on what the benefits are to the customer. And we kind of try not to really talk about all the intricacies of how the tech works. But once we show them what we can do, they've really embraced it. And it's been like a breath of fresh air for them because they've had all these challenges and problems and just didn't even know where to begin on solving them. And for us, these are very easy problems to solve because the engineering of saddles is not very complex. When you think about other projects that we work on, we work on missile and defense systems for, government contractors and aerospace engineering and high performance motorsports, Formula One teams. We design parts and things for those vehicles. And that's a very challenging from an engineering perspective, but we're able to take those same methodologies incorporated into this industry that's not had anything like that in 150 years. And it's a game changer for them. It really is.
Well, and I love, like, if I'm going to pull something out of what you were talking about there, is it sounds to me like what you're saying is if you can really identify that customer need and speak their language when you talk about that need and how you address it, like that's the secret. Like embedding that into your team is the thing that really helps them innovate in the right direction.
That's exactly right.
No, I
That
love that.
is.
And then the other thing I would pull out is this concept of, I'll call it psychological safety, where you're making it okay to experiment and try things, even if they result in failures, but you've realized that the value is the ideas and the failures are kind of just the cost of doing business and getting the innovation that you need to thrive.
It really is. And we've built a team. I've got about, we're up to 22 people on our team. Everyone's an innovator and a leader in their own space. And it's been, we feel like that's the best way to build the business is to really empower people, find the right people that can think outside of the box and empower them to have a voice and to use that voice. We treat everyone as equals. When I lead our staff meetings, I encourage everyone to speak up, even, new people that, may be coming into the industry that don't have as much experience. We want to hear their perspective too, because they may be seeing it from a completely different way that makes sense. And a lot of times it does. And so that's how we're able to stay on the cutting edge.
That's fantastic. So now I know when you're doing all of this, the people are the important part, obviously, right? So how do you find the right people? What are the qualities you look for that kind of help set them up for success and to be able to do the things that you're asking them to do?
Sure. So we look for, obviously experience, education, the right skill set, but most importantly, it's the right attitude. People that want to be a part of something bigger, people that can think outside of the box, the dreamers that can actually take those dreams and incorporate that into actions and obviously be very productive. And I'm super proud of the team that we have. I would put our team up against any other leader in the tech space. We've got an amazing team. We're very small, but there's really nothing that we can't do, from designing products to people to implementing the most complex 3D measurement solutions. I know that our team can meet those needs of our customers.
So then it sounds like things are going really well in the right direction. I'm curious, what are the challenges that you're facing right now?
There aren't really too many challenges. I guess the manufacturing industry is, kind of coming back to life. We're seeing a lot of potential growth, since the election occurred. I feel like manufacturing is kind of reinvigorated and people are starting to really get things going again. And that's inspirational to us. I mean, the challenges I feel like are kind of behind us at this point. I've been in the 3D measurement space for a number of years, and in the beginning of my career, it was somewhat new technology. It hadn't been fully fleshed out. It wasn't as easy to use as what it is now. And so I think a lot of people, they may have experienced something in the past and it wasn't adequate, and they still kind of have that memory. And so now when you're talking about the things you can do, you kind of have to prove that to them. And that's part of our sales process with our clients, is really proving out what the technology can do, because we're offering such a high level of support at absolutely no charge to the customer. What I tell customers is that, if you guys have a problem, we also have a problem. So it's just as important to us that we make sure we don't create any sort of issues and that we have the right solution for your application, because that can create a burden on us as well, because we have to support you for the life of you being a customer of ours. So we want to make sure we go through that whole process. So that's probably the biggest challenge, is just people may have seen inferior technology in the past and it's hard to see where it is now, but it's rapidly advancing. There's new models of 3D measurement equipment coming out every year, and the companies that we're partnered with, Creaform, for example, they're on the leading edge of that. They invented the handheld scanner, and while there are a lot of other brands that are kind of riding on the coattails and claiming to be just as good as, Creaform is the market leader, and they have 25 years of research and development for handheld scanners, and they're by far the leader in that space. So it's very easy for us to prove those things, but that's probably the biggest challenge that we have.
No, I like that. Again, I love how everything keeps coming back to how you have the connection with the customer, how you're treating them as a human being rather than just a source of revenue. And I think that's just such a great thread to weave through the culture of your company. It's inspiring. That said, we do have to start wrapping up. This has been a fantastic conversation. But Jason, for anyone who is looking for some help in the 3D measurement space, what's the best way to get into contact with you, to work with you, collaborate with you, you name it?
Absolutely. So you can find us on LinkedIn. Our website is www.dynamic-3d.com. You can find us there. We're also on all the different social media, Instagram, Facebook. We love to connect with people. We love to answer questions and meet others in the space that are like-minded. So we encourage you to reach out and give us a like and a follow.
Absolutely. And in the same spirit of that, if you're listening to this, don't forget to drop that like and follow as well, because that helps us out a lot. But Jason, thank you for being here. This has been an absolutely fantastic conversation. We have a chance to talk again. I may bring my youngest daughter, because she would love to ask you some questions about saddle fit.
Please do.
Yeah, it could be fun. For everyone else, again, thank you for joining us. I hope this episode brought you some value, enough so that you'll leave a rating or a review on whatever podcast provider you're listening on. And if you know anyone who needs help with 3D measurement or even saddle fit, pass this episode on to them and introduce them to Jason. Also, remember to take one insight from today, apply it, and let us know how it goes, because we'd love to hear about your progress. All right. Thanks again. And we'll see you all again next time on Breakthrough Innovation.
Thank you.